Hey there, Virgo. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. I'm so glad you stopped in. If you are a subscriber or, subscriber, if you've been here before, I want to thank you. I really appreciate you coming by and stopping in and giving me your support. If this is the first time you've been here, I hope you stick around and see if there's something in this for you. And don't forget, if it doesn't fully resonate with you, to go ahead and check out your sun, moon, and your rising sign. Maybe something will click for you there. We use the energy of the moon to see how we can work our way through the week. And so we're going to start with our conversation starter from the Everyday Enchantment Tarot from Poppy Palin. I like to see what's the universe want to talk to you about, right? And then we're going to work our way through the different phases of the moon using the Queen of the Moon Oracle cards from Stacey DeMarco. And then I like to finish up with a power color card, something that kind of gives you some, guidance, something to really work toward for the week. And then for that, I use the Sacred Language of Color card. And if I forget, which I just realized I did on the last video, I'll put it in the comments below. So I'll have to go back and fill that one in for them. All right, so here we go. It happens like every week. I don't even know what that is. All right, so let's get our conversation started. We have the full moon on Saturday in Cancer. And so that started out with a new moon eclipse back in July, so the middle of July on the 12th. So some project that you started back then, you should be coming to an end of a cycle on it. It doesn't mean the whole project's over, but maybe a part of it is. And it's a good time to reevaluate and see what you need to remove and what needs to be pushed out of there. Okay. All right, here we go. Conversation starter. Woo! The Wheel of Fortune is rolling, and look at this. That tire got away from him. He certainly didn't mean for things to be set in motion, but they were, and he said, hey, you know what? I'm going to have some fun with this. And people are cheering him on, and they're laughing, and look, transformation is happening, and it's kicking up rainbows. So this change may not have been something you initiated, but it looks like it's going to go okay. Now, not everybody is going to necessarily say, hey, this is a great thing, but actually, if you look, they're having fun. So it's sort of like maybe we don't fully agree with each other, but we can figure this out. There's a little tug of war going, but in general, this is not bad energy. It's just slightly combative. But look, it finishes up with the Nine of Cups, where that's like emotional satisfaction. So something that got set in motion, and that not everybody's going to think is a grand idea right at the start. Maybe this was something that you started back in July, or maybe it's something that you start now when you do a little pruning and they're like, well, maybe you shouldn't cut that part, but maybe this part. It looks like it's leading to the direction that you wanted to of emotional satisfaction. So we walk into the week with the moon in Aries, and that's in your 8th house of transformation. Wheel of Fortune, that's things changing, that's growing, changing. Transformation is going to occur, so you need to spend a little time in discernment and figure out what's important, what's not important. What am I afraid of? What are my fears? This is your Monday card. Sunday's walking in with discernment. Monday, you're dealing with the fears. And this is with the moon in Aries, so I went with the energy of the oracle cards from Sandra Ann Taylor. Okay. What do we have? You have the Angel of Balance. That tire cannot be rolling if it's not being balanced, right? It's rolling in one direction, but when it gets unbalanced, it's going to wobble and it's going to fall down, right? So you're going to want to try to keep things as balanced as possible when you are fighting and arguing with people. This requires balance, right? So that you can create this. So discernment. What do I need to keep? What do I need to let go of? What should I let go of? What fears can I remove from my life? How do I make my life balanced? So sometimes it's a work-life balance. Sometimes it's letting go of anxieties and fears. Virgo has a tendency to want everything to be perfect. Maybe letting go of the need for everything to be perfect at this time of year when it's so much going on might be an avenue to start in. But I feel like it's a little bigger than that. So we have the Wheel of Fortune there as a major arcana, and I think there might be just a little bit more to it. So to get some guidance on when you move into Tuesday. Tuesday is about focusing your intention. See how it creates transformation? When you focus. The moon's in Taurus, and that's in your ninth house of travel, knowledge, higher learning. So what are you going to have to do a little research on? What do you need to focus on so you can create that action? So for guidance on this, I can almost talk. I'm using Denise Lynn's Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Now let's see what we get from that. These are right here. And you have, ooh, it's going to take courage. It's going to take valiant courage there, Virgo. Valiant courage. Take action with passion. Action card. Perfect timing on that, right? So things are moving, whether you want them to or not. You can choose how you're going to do it, but you really want it to come out with this kind of result. So put yourself into it. Put the passion into it. Don't be so afraid of the energy. Go with it. You know, when that tire started rolling away from that guy, he wasn't thinking that's what he wanted. Oh, but he decided to turn it into something good. And we can always do that with anything that life hands us. Oh, I don't know what's with these cards. Okay, so then you move into the moon in Gemini on Thursday. And that's about willpower and boundaries. Willpower and boundaries. And so, you know, where do you need to establish your willpower? You know, what do you need to set your personal boundaries in your personal space for, right? And so these are the kinds of things you start to look at, you know. And like I said, if this isn't completely resonating with you, don't forget to check out all of your stuff, sun, moon, and rising. But for guidance on this, I went with the Angels and Ancestor cards from Kyle Gray. I really like these. They're lovely cards. And you received, ooh, Summer, Bask in Joy and Light. Okay, so this cycle started July 12th with that new moon solar eclipse. And now you have the full moon in Cancer on Saturday. And now it's telling you summer. So like I said, it's a part of the cycle. It's like a turn in the wheel, but it's like the pruning away, the cutting off. What do you need to eliminate so that you can make it to continue to grow and to produce what you want it to do? And it looks like it's going to take a little courage to make this decision. But doesn't this look like a summer setting? Like it's seagulls and there's beach in the background and then everybody's out celebrating. And so the summer says, bask in joy and light, right? So I feel like this is a project that has a long term on it. And we're coming into, in January, you get that new moon in Capricorn eclipse, and that becomes full in July. So I feel like there's like a really great big wheel of power working for you here. On Friday, we have the longest night of the year. And then thank goodness the days start getting longer after that. Woohoo! Okay, so what did he use this power for? Use this opportunity to really go within and do a little self-reflecting. And this is about self-reflection. And then again on Sunday, we have self-reflection come up because the full moon in Cancer is on Saturday. So all this energy about self-reflection to step into your power. What do you need to do next? Because you're going to need valiant courage, right? So what do you do for that? How do you get there? So I chose to go with the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards to see if we can't get a little bit of advice on how do you do the self-reflection so that we can find our power, so that we know where we're going, so that when this wheel starts rolling away from us, we're hot on its heels, but we're having fun with it, right? Want to have some fun. Oh, it has to do with love. It says undying love. The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. So if you're having trying times, if you are having difficulty in a family situation, just remember you're working toward this sense of family and celebration. It's coming in the summer. So the best advice I can give you on this is to love your way through it. Love your way through it. We can choose to love anybody no matter what. We don't have to like what they do. We don't have to like a situation, but we can choose love. We can always choose to love. And when you do that, then you take the power for yourself. When you decide to be angry, when you decide to be upset, when you decide to let them tell you how it's going to be, then you give them the power. Why do you want to do that? Take your own power back, right? Step into your power. So with this full moon, maybe cutting out something in your life that's been a real problem, or an aspect of it, or an emotion. Like you just release that, let it go. You don't need it. So you write it down and you burn it and you're like, take it, God, I don't need it. And you have violet for your power color card. It says create a balanced life. So this is about keeping what's good and releasing what's not working and finding the balance. So that's a lot. And work from the heart. Work from the heart. So if you want a personal empowerment session, I am here. You can just reach me below with the details. It's back down there. Whatever. You want me to talk? Just because I'm on YouTube, whatever. Saturday, 7:30 p.m., I am doing a live Q&A session because of the full moon. So if you have something that you just need a quick answer to, go ahead and just join me for that. That's free advice. I love to give that away too. And I will see you then, or I will see you back next week, I hope. Be sure to like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate it. It really helps me to grow my channel and helps me to reach more people. So I appreciate your help on that. All right, Virgo, you take care. Yes, Virgo. I think I'm talking to Virgo. All right, you guys have a good day. Bye.